Financial news you can use is brought to you by University Credit Union.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I am Holly Love, and this is Trip Mitchell, and you are about to get a little news you can use, financial news you can use, brought to you by University Federal Credit Union and Mr. Trip Mitchell.
Well,
Bring it.
Here is one area, the most expensive purchase you're ever going to make in your life.
Is your house?
No, in your case, your new helicopter, but for the rest of us, a house. And obviously, Rich has done a great job going over ways you can save money buying a house. Rich has a couple of them. He's financially very, very smart. But when it comes to buying a car, there are a couple tips that you can save a ton of money.
Okay.
Now, the big issue is new car versus used car.
Okay.
You bought, your car is just...
A 2014 Toyota Yaris, aka Skittles.
Love it. It's a push car, but
it's tiny.
But you save a ton of money. Now, here is why used cars make a lot of sense. And I first learned this from the car guys, Click and Clack, Tom and Ray Magliozzi.
Oh, I thought maybe I would need to pat you on the back. I thought you were like having a tongue problem.
The guys from Car Talk, the greatest radio series.
Their names are Click and Clack?
Yeah, that's their nicknames. The Tappet brothers, Tom and Ray Magliozzi. One is a MIT educated PhD. The other is a professor at Boston University. Sadly, the older brother just passed, but they have done a radio show on NPR for 30 years out of Boston.
Okay.
And they wrote a book and explained all the reasons why used cars make sense. Number one reason, the second you drive a new car off the lot, it has between 10 and a 25% depreciation. If you buy a gently used car, your depreciation per year drops to about half of what a new car depreciates. And so what I did on my last car is did a couple things that you should do. One, researched what I wanted to get.
Secondly, and you've loved your last car. It's been like really good to you. You've got a Hyundai?
A Hyundai Sonata. And basically what I did was bought a year-old Hyundai Sonata. So I saved about $6,000 on the price of the car. But what I did is I went out and negotiated my auto loan first. And because I was able to get an auto loan at Bank of America at 2.29, the best interest level you can get, or about as low as you can get, I saved a ton of money on financing. And basically the way, if you've got perfect credit, for every $10,000 you borrow, it's going to be roughly $200 a month. So if you buy a $15,000 used car, something moderate, you don't want to get something reasonable, but a nice car, your payment will be around $300 a month. Now you juxtapose that with buying a new $30,000 to $40,000 car, and your payments will be up in the $600 to $800 a month level.
Wow. And you lost that, like you said. I think that figure is kind of like, whoa, $4,000? Like driving off the lot?
At least.
On a car like that?
Yeah.
Like it's going to be $4,000 just
the second you drive onto the street.
That's a shocking, painful
realization. And the other question is, do you want to lease or own? And basically what a lease does is allows you to get in a little bit better car, possibly per your monthly payment. However, you don't build up any equity.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You're not really helping your credit on a lease, right?
Well, no, you're helping your credit, but you're not helping in terms of building up an asset. So let's say hypothetically you were to buy a a very, very nice car, 2 years old, and spend $20,000 to $25,000, and you finance it for 5 years. At the end, you'll have a 7-year-old car that's still worth probably about $8,000 to $12,000. That is yours.
Yep.
So that's the difference. And new car dealers, they'll sell you used cars, but there are a lot of places that specialize. And now with digital information, that car's history.
Yep.
You can look it up, Carfax. There are a number of services. So if it's a good car, you make sure the title is clean, what the maintenance has been. There's some great ways to basically buy cars very smart.
And I think one of the best things that you said was to go and get your financing all figured out first. That's what I did with University Federal Credit Union, and that's what, obviously across the board when you start looking into car buying, that's the best thing to do.
Don't let the dealer do financing for you. That's how they get, and don't do some of the other extras. That's how they make their money. But financing is how the dealer makes a lot of their money. So if you go in, get a great relationship, University Credit Union would be a great suggestion on my part. Have that information going in. Speaking of University Credit Union,
we have your financial tip of the day. Thank you very much, by the way. That was amazing. Financial news you can use. We've got your financial tip of the day coming at you from University Federal Credit Union right now.
My name is Jack Butters. I'm President and CEO of University Federal Credit Union. A lot of you have written in regarding questions about what's the best process for getting pre-approved for an auto loan. Regardless of whether you're buying your automobile off of Craigslist or KSL or from your neighbor, it's always best, in my opinion, to come into one of our branches and let one of our friendly loan officers help you determine what you can afford and help you through the process. It's easy.
University Credit Union, local to Utah, loyal to you.